Hello friends, this is Tina from the Zanesville Museum of Art. Welcome to Sunday Story Time. Today I'm going to read to you a book called Katy and the Water Lily Pond, a magical journey through 5 Monet masterpieces, written by James Mayhew. Katy and Grandma were visiting the art gallery. "Look, there's a competition," said Grandma. "What fun! You have to paint a picture like Claude Monet, the famous artist." "Can I have a go?" asked Katy. "I'm quite good at art." "There's not much time," said Grandma. "The judging is at 3 o'clock today." Katy and Grandma decided to visit the Claude Monet exhibition, but Grandma needed a rest first, so Katy looked at the pictures by herself. "I bet I could paint a picture like that," she said, "if I just had some paints." "You can use mine," called a voice. Katy looked around, but the gallery seemed empty. "Over here, ma chérie," said the voice. It seemed to be coming from a picture called "In the Woods at Giverny." Katy saw that Grandma was snoozing, so she stepped through the frame and into the painting. "That's a lovely picture," Katy said to the lady who was painting. "My sister, Blanche, was taught by Monet," said the lady, reading a book. "Claude Monet? The famous painter?" asked Katy. "That's right," said Blanche. "Would you like me to teach you?" Blanche showed Katy how to mix the paints on the palette, how to use the different brushes, and how to fold up the easel. Then she gave Katy some paper to paint on. "Now you are ready," said Blanche. "Off you go, and good luck with the competition." "Thank you," said Katy, jumping back into the gallery with the painting things. Katy looked around for ideas. She saw a picture of some boats on a river called Bathers at La Grenouillerie. "I could paint the view from a boat," said Katy, scrambling in. "That would be fun." There were so many boats to choose from. Katy clambered into one and decided to row down the river a little way to look for the perfect view. Soon Katy found just the right place and began painting. It was going very well until Katy heard a strange gurgling noise. "Oh no," she yelled, "the boat is leaking." Katy tried to row back to the riverbank, but it was too far. "Over here," shouted some bathers on a jetty. Katy managed to reach them just before the boat sank. Katy rescued her painting things, but her picture had floated far away. "Boats are too much bother," said Katy. "I'm going to try something else." Back in the gallery, Katy saw a picture of a street filled with people waving flags and cheering. It was called the Rue Montorgueil, Paris. Katy couldn't resist climbing inside. Katy found herself on the balcony of a grand hotel. People were waving flags from the windows, while down below a brass band was playing. "I'm going to paint the parade," said Katy. Katy ran down some steps onto the street and started painting. The brass band got closer and closer. Papa, papa." The band got louder and louder as it marched straight towards her. Suddenly, Katy's picture was caught on the end of a trombone. Then it was flipped up into the air. Crash! Her picture was smashed between two cymbals. And before Katy could catch it, her picture disappeared into a tuba. "Good grief," said Katy as the band marched off through the crowds. "I need to find a nice, quiet picture with no one in it." So she ran back up the hotel steps and into the gallery. Katy looked around and spotted a lovely painting called Path Through the Poppies. "What could go wrong there?" she said as she clambered through the frame. Katy skipped through the field of poppies and started to paint. It was so peaceful listening to birdsong and the gentle mooing of a cow. That's rather a large cow, and it has very big horns." "Hang on," Katy gasped. "That's a cow, not a cow, it's a bull." Suddenly she remembered she was wearing a red coat. "Bulls hate red," she wailed. The bull started chasing Katy, snorting as he ran. Katy took a flying leap and jumped into the gallery. "Phew," said Katy. She looked back to see her painting stuck on one of the bull's horns. "You can keep it," she laughed. The time was ticking by, and Katy saw it was nearly 3 o'clock. "I have one last try," she said. The nearest Monet picture was called The Water Lily Pond. "Here goes," said Katy, climbing inside. Katy saw she was in a beautiful garden. No boats, no brass bands, no bulls. "Perfect," said Katy. "Ribbit," said a frog. "Hello, frog," said Katy. "Keep still and I'll put you in my painting." Katy started painting, but the frog leapt away across the lily pads, chasing a dragonfly. "Come back," called Katy, trying to follow him. But Katy couldn't move. Her feet were stuck in the mud. She fell down with a splat, and her picture fluttered into the pond. "Oh, I give up," said Katy, picking up the pond-soaked picture. "Painting like Monet is just too hard." She gathered everything up and went back into the gallery, where she returned the painting things to Blanche. "Ma chérie," said Blanche, holding up Katy's soggy picture. "That is beautiful." Katy saw that the paints had smudged together and her picture did look good. "I'm just in time for the competition," said Katy. "Thanks for the paints and the art lesson." Katy dashed to where the judging was taking place. "A water lily pond!" exclaimed the judges when they saw her picture. "It's just like Monet. You win first prize." They presented Katy with a lovely set of paints. "Oh, thank you," said Katy. "I'll have lots of fun with these." "What a wonderful painting," said Grandma when Katy showed her the picture. "How did you do it?" "Well, I had a sort of a lesson," said Katy. "Would you like me to teach you?" "That would be nice," said Grandma, "but let's go and have a piece of cake first." And so they did. And that's it. The water lily pond. This is the picture of the water lily pond. And Claude Monet is my favorite artist. The way he paints is called impressionist painting. And the reason I love it is because the colors are soft and pretty. And the way he paints, everything just kind of flows and melts together. And I think that is absolutely calming and relaxing. And there are other painters that paint this way. One of them is called Renoir. And the Zanesville Museum of Art also has some types of Impressionist paintings by painters from Ohio. So anybody can do this type of painting. You just have to play and learn and use your paints and practice. So that's it. Claude Monet, my favorite artist. Y'all have a good week. I'll see you next Sunday. Stay safe and be good. Good night.